Once upon a time, there was a brother and sister named Hansel and Gretel. Hansel was a smart and clever boy, while Gretel was a shy and timid girl. They lived with their father and stepmother in a tiny cottage at the edge of a huge forest. Their stepmother often ill-treated them. Their father was a woodcutter and he was very poor. One day, the woodcutter said to his wife,
We have no money left to buy foods. What are we going to do?
I have an idea. Take the children into the forest and leave them there. That way we'll have two less mouths to feed.
Are you insane? How can you say that? Leave my children alone? I will never do that to my children. Never, never.
Do it as I say, you fool.
Yes, yes.
Hansel and Gretel had been listening at the door, and Gretel was very frightened. But Hansel had a plan.
Hansel, I'm afraid. What are we going to do? We will be sent to the wood.
Don't cry, Gretel. I know what to do. Don't worry. Leave it to me.
Hansel crept out of the house and gathered together lots of little white pebbles, which he put in his pocket. The next day, the woodcutter and his wife took Hansel and Gretel into the forest. As they walked, Hansel dropped the pebbles into the path. After a while, they came to a clearing and the woodcutter told the children to wait.
We are going to collect some wood.
Come on, husband, let's go.
Oh, poor Hansel and Gretel.
When they did not return, Hansel and Gretel began to walk.
Help! Help!
Father, father, don't cry, Gretel. We will find our way back home.
While walking, they could see the little white pebbles gleaming in the moonlight, and they followed them all the way home.
Father, father, open the door. Thank God, you are saved, children.
Come here, husband. Tomorrow you must take them much deeper into the forest.
No, I will not.
Yes, you will.
That night, Hansel and Gretel's stepmother locked their doors so they could not collect any more pebbles. The next day, the woodcutter took them deeper into the forest. In Hansel's pocket was a small piece of bread. He crumbled up the bread, and as they walked, he dropped a trail of crumbs. But the birds saw the tasty crumbs and flew down to eat them. Then the woodcutter returned home, leaving Hansel and Gretel once again. The moon began to shine, but the crumbs had all gone. What could they do? Hansel and Gretel wandered farther into the forest. They were very tired and very hungry. They walked and walked. Then, just as they thought they could walk no more,
I'm hungry and my feet hurt.
Me too, Gretel. But we have to keep moving.
suddenly they saw a magnificent and beautiful butterfly. They looked at each other and smiled with happiness. For a moment, they forgot they were lost and hungry, and followed the butterfly and tried to play with it. Until then, they saw a very strange house. The windows and the roof, the chimney, the door, and even the walls were all made from sweets and cakes. The children couldn't believe their eyes. Hansel broke off a little piece of the wall and put it into his mouth.
Look, the house.
Gingerbread.
Then Gretel broke off a little piece of the door.
Mmm, chocolate.
What a wonderful house.
What sounds is that? Ooh, I have a little hungry visitors. Come in, my dears. Hee 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 hee.
Wow, this is the most delicious house I have ever seen.
Then the nasty witch grabbed Hansel. She put him inside the cage and locked him in. Then she gave him a lots of food to fatten him up.
Please, let me go, old witch. Please, please, let me go, old witch.
The witch gave Gretel a broom and told her to do the house chores.
Get sweeping.
No way!
Every day, the evil old witch went to see Hansel to check if he was getting fatter. Hansel put a chicken bone through the bars of the cage. The witch, who couldn't see very well, felt the bone.
Let me feel your finger. To 10, to 10.
Day after day, the witch waited for Hansel to get fatter. However, the witch grew very impatient. She decided that she was not going to wait any longer.
I'm going to eat you anyway.
Oh dear Hansel, my poor brother.
The witch told Gretel that she was going to cook Hansel in her fire. So the witch asked Gretel to make the fire. The witch led Gretel to the oven and opened the door.
Now, see if the oven is in the right temperature.
How?
How? What's wrong with you, girl? Haven't you done any baking?
Of course, you evil. I'm still a kid. How should I know?
The witch opened the door as wide as she could and peered into the oven. As fast as she could, Gretel gave the witch an enormous push. The witch fell into the oven and Gretel slammed the door shut. Then she ran to release Hansel from the cage. In a corner of the house, they could see something sparkling. It was the witch's treasure. Hansel and Gretel picked it up and began to walk back through the forest. After many days, they found their way home. Their father was overjoyed to see them, and their stepmother had left. Hansel and Gretel were home at last, and the wicked witch was gone. They gave their father the treasure, and they never went hungry again.